my advice would be, again, going into a serious topic, of the morbidity and mortality of women of color in this country, that we have one of the highest. Black women are 3 to 4 times higher risk of dying in childbirth. And it is because of racism, right? Race is not a genetic disposition for death, but racism is. So racism is killing our women of color. And so we want our fathers to be their advocate too at the bedside. So that's something else. It's kind of like, it's not the appropriate time to even display. Why give anything else? If that is the issue, we have finally even been able to have the CDC and other, respectable organizations identify that racism is an issue. If you're both going in as a couple of color, regardless of what it looks like, right? If you just even became a couple today, why put yourself in it, then adding on additional layers to, you may be discriminated against, right? There are people say, oh, I'm not racist. Okay, but you say things that are racially insensitive, or you have biases. We all have those. So it's finding that common ground with others that still don't want to believe it. You have biases, right? And so they do. And so when you show up as a young man with your pants pulled down, you smell like weed, you're adding to this. You're not helping her, right? You're putting her life, as he just said, you're putting her life on the line. You're giving someone who's already imperfect, right? We all are imperfect and we all have biases. So if I'm going to be the nurse of the day and I have biases about Black people, and you walk in the door and just hand me 10 more things because now you're smelling of, right? You're giving me something to feed off of. I'm the nurse of the day. I shouldn't have to have a contact high, and he's not even respectful, and his pants are hanging down, and he's this and he's that. And it can become a distraction. It does become a distraction. It is a distraction. So when they're supposed to be paying attention to potentially something that could be going wrong with the mother of your child who might be bleeding or might have increased blood pressure, they can't, because they're too busy focused on what's on your Facebook page, because they've looked that up too. They're looking at, again, how you have presented yourself and how you've shown up to a birthing experience in a professional setting, so to speak, right? The hospital is a professional setting, unprofessional. So I would want you as a mentor and as a dad to even just talk to them about things of that nature, how to respectfully talk to people, right? I mean, you don't have to like her, but the nurse that's kind of caring for your baby and your mother of your child, you probably don't want to curse her out. You probably want to be a little bit respectful, even when you're scared, even when you're concerned about what's going on. We got to have a conversation, with our people, that you're there to protect them. But what does that look like? And how can you do that and protect your unborn baby and that mother of your child in such a way where you're not seen as somebody that they're fearful of, and now security's getting involved and the police because I'm so scared, right? We want to create a safe place for you to ask your questions, get the answers that you need, but also make sure that the care is the care that you deserve, right? Respectful care that you absolutely deserve. So that's going to be my.
You know what? That's very good. I mean, you know what? That's something that I never really thought about. But, one thing that I always teach my particular students is about the brand that you present on social media and the brand that you present into the workplace. We all understand that, we don't want to engage in quote unquote respectability politics and that sort of thing. But however, we are living in a place where being Black is not the mainstream. So you have to look at how you carry your brand. And I like the way you said, like in a professional setting, and this is a birthing process. So you have to think of this as you're going in an interview, and how much more so you're being introduced to your child.